Oh, wow. Wow.
Tonight, saints, we are going to cover the subject of anger. And we will be going to the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 9 in the King James Version. Let us read. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Well, this is a very powerful and a strong statement made by Solomon, one of the wisest men to be alive. What he says in this verse is that only a fool entertains anger and keeps it alive in their heart, and to a point where it incites him or her to take revenge. A wise person makes sure that he casts anger out of their heart as quickly as he would cast coals of fire. Let me submit to us that the Bible teaches us in Galatians chapter 5, verse 20, particularly on the subject of the works of the flesh. It outlines that anger is one of the works of the flesh, meaning that when you are entertaining anger in your heart, you are not walking in the spirit, you are walking in the flesh. The Bible tells us that, to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. God is expecting every one of us to walk in the spirit so that we do not gratify the desires of our sinful nature. Every one of us, we have a choice and a will given to us whom we will submit to. Either you will submit to your flesh, or you will submit to the Holy Spirit and allow Him to guide you. A believer is not to entertain anger in their heart, because anger causes us to get into sin. Is it not amazing that the first murder that is mentioned in the Bible was as a result of somebody called Cain, who did not master or rule over his anger. He did not allow his temper to be under. Well, saints, we are to subdue our tempers. That's why Paul says, I beat my flesh and make it my slave. I subdue it so that after I have preached, I may not be a castaway. Anger has cost a lot of people great opportunities. It has cost them jobs, because many people allow anger to fume in their hearts and develop bitterness, which then defiles their heart. It develops into revenge, the need to revenge yourself or to fight. But God is telling us, saints, that we are not to allow anger to develop quickly in our hearts. We are to quickly get rid of it as soon as it develops in us. In Genesis chapter 4, verse 6, the Lord said to Cain, why are you so angry, and why is your face fallen? If you do well, shall you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is lying at the door, and to you it has its desire. Meaning that when we allow anger to develop, sin is knocking at the door. I'm telling us tonight, saints, that if we do not allow the Holy Spirit to rule over our hearts, anger will have the best of us. It is not sinful for you to be angry, but it is sinful for you to allow that anger to rule you to a point whereby it silences the voice of the Holy Spirit. Because when you are angry, you cannot hear the voice of God. Cain did not hear the voice of God. As much as God tried to warn him, Cain still went on, and it resulted to him murdering his brother Abel because of uncontrolled anger.